Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Stepping Stones with Monet Mike. Thank you for watching today's video where I am going to be talking about those teachers that really helped us be who we are today. In connection to Teacher Appreciation Week, I thought it would be great to get on here and to talk to you about two phenomenal educators that really helped me to be the person that I am today. So the first person, I actually shouted them out Monday of this week on my Instagram page, Step with Monet. If you don't follow, go ahead, I'll wait. So on Instagram, I shouted out my fourth grade teacher, Miss Scruggs. Unfortunately, she is no longer with us. She passed about 3 years ago. But every year I think about her. Throughout the year, I think about her. When I was a fourth grader, everybody knew of Miss Scruggs, right? She was that teacher that when she walked down the hallway, you moved out the way. If she didn't speak to you, you didn't speak to her, okay? That's just who she was. That's just how that time period went. So all of my new students, there was a principle that we used to have, and it was speak when spoken to. I know a lot of y'all don't really follow that principle today, but back when Miss Mike was in school, you spoke when you were spoken to. So you would see Miss Scruggs walk down the hall, and I mean, she really didn't come across as mean. It was just, we knew she didn't play any games. So some of the things that we loved or we had heard and that it got us excited was the simple fact that she did a few things that were a little different from all the other teachers. One, she did field trips. And not a lot of teachers in my school at that time did field trips. It wasn't really a big thing. It's not something that counties at that time made sure every grade level experienced. But Miss Scruggs was the teacher to shove you in her van, to get all the parents to come to the school, and we would literally trail each other to the destination. So we had heard that Miss Scruggs was that teacher to take you on field trips. So that was like a check in the box to us. Second thing is, she always won field day. She always won field day. Field day was a big deal back then, just like it's a big deal now, but you wanted to be on the winning team. Third thing, in connection to field day, she always had personalized Mrs. Scruggs Club t-shirts. And you wanted that, right? It wasn't like the other classes where everybody voted on the color and your parent had to buy that t-shirt color from Walmart and then you go to school. No. The Scruggs Club was gonna show up, show out, have their personalized tees. I had that t-shirt until about my sophomore year in college. Then I kind of outgrew it. But anywho, so we wanted to be in her class. But to go deeper, Miss Scruggs was that teacher. It was very like tough love. You knew she loved you, but she was going to push you. Every Friday, we had a family meeting, and we started it with, if you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. That's how we started every family meeting. It was awesome. Then she would play music while we learned. Again, guys, these are things that teachers do today that have somewhat become now like a norm. But back then, teachers did not do these things. So when we did our independent work, she played Michael Jackson or the Jackson 5. And so I just remember that being different. Also, again, Miss Scruggs, ahead of her time, did project-based learning. So a lot of times when we would learn a new skill, a new content, learn something new in history, we had to create some type of summative project to wrap it up and show mastery. So I remember that year, and I still have it to this day, we had to build like we had a Georgia on My Mind project. Literally. I mean, this binder is huge. I have it in my closet at my parents' house, and I had to go to the Jimmy Carter memoriam. That's probably not the word, but I had to go to museums around the city and get pamphlet and brochures I had to go to the Georgia Welcome Center. These are things that my parents, of course, my parents played a part in it too, that parent support aspect, but Miss Scruggs was the person that assigned it. So I could also kind of contribute her to giving me a lot of childhood memories with my parents. And it was all centered around education. So then lastly, I really do want to say that Miss Scruggs saw me. And I think a lot of times kids just want to be seen, and they don't always feel as though they're being seen. They feel as though they blend in, right? And so she did that for me. Miss Scruggs, because of you, I am who I am today. I am that teacher that's stern but fair, that's creative, that looks to see her children, truly know her students holistically. It is truly because of you. So thank you. The second person, I apologize guys, it's been a minute since I recorded. So the second person that I want to briefly share some things about is a high school counselor that I had my senior year. My 12th grade year, I'm not sure what I was dealing with, but it was something extremely heavy, so much so that I wanted to withdraw from school. And this is a great moment just to tell any of like people that watch my videos that are younger, that might be in elementary, middle, or even high school. If you're going through something now, I know that thing or that feeling or emotion may seem really, really big right now, but I promise you, these are some famous words. This too shall pass. Here it is in 2020. I can't really even put my finger on what it was that made me want to drop out of high school. I know I was going through some things emotionally. One of the things that I had to get peace about in my adulthood was the fact that I was adopted, was the fact that my biological mom did not raise me. So I always had like this root of rejection in me. Didn't know that as a child, right? But it was something that subconsciously I battled in all of my relationships and all of my endeavors. I always feared rejection. And so I don't know if my 12th grade year that just kind of blew up, because honestly, on the outside, Monet, the 12th grade Monet, I had a lot of things going for me. I was a senior that had great grades. I had scored well on the SAT. I was on a dance team. I did sports. I had a group of friends that were awesome. So it wasn't even necessarily like I was isolated and everything was so dark and I didn't have a place to stay. And I know there are kids that deal with that, so I'm not minimizing that, but I'm just saying I can't pinpoint the core reason of why I wanted to withdraw from school. So I had turned 18 in September, and I remember about a week after my birthday, I was like, I'm legally old enough to withdraw from high school. I think I just wanted something off my plate. I don't even know what was really going through my mind at this point, but I just wanted to quit school. I wanted to be a high school dropout. And so I went to the council office because that's where all the forms were at the time. Again, this is 2009. We didn't have digital forms like how we do now. So I had to go to the counselor's office, and I remember asking the secretary for the withdrawal slip. And she was like, what do you need a withdrawal slip for? And I was like, I want to drop out. I'm done. So this particular counselor heard me, and she was like, hey, come on in my office for a little bit. Come on and sit and talk to me. So I was like, oh no, here's an adult that wants to talk me out of my decision, out of my choice. So I sat down in her office. She introduced herself, and I had seen her in passing, but we never really had any real tie to one another. So she introduced herself. She was like, so why do you want to withdraw from high school? That's a pretty big deal. And she asked me my student information. She looked up my information. She was like, I see you have all of your credits and this, that, and the fourth. You're taking this AP and this, da, da, da. What's going on? I'm not sure what I told her, because honestly, again, what was big then, it really isn't big now. So I remember she said, well, let's do this. Do this for me. Let's wait 4 weeks. Let's think on it. Let's process it. If you still want to withdraw from high school, I'll walk you through it. But let's just wait on this decision, because it's a really big decision, Monet. I remember her saying that. It's a really big decision, Monet. So she said 4 weeks. And in my mind, I registered that as 4 weeks. That really was a month. But that's neither here nor there. And before I know it, May 2009, I graduated and had a full academic scholarship to college. And I know, had she not intervened, my history, my journey could have been totally different. Because of you, Miss Everett, I graduated high school, graduated college, and I am now an educator. And so that's a perfect example of how it's important. It's so important to connect to students, even if they're not your own. Because I know we have some people out there, it's like, if it's not my child, I don't get involved. If it's not my student, I don't get involved. Why not? If you see that they're about to do something that's harmful, and you can say something, you can do something to make a difference, do it. Because, hey, I'm proof that just having one conversation can save a life, can make a future brighter. So I really hope that you enjoy this video. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. You can definitely follow me on Instagram at Step with Monet, and I look forward to talking with you guys soon. Have a great day.